Yo, what's good? Episode 166, Stash House Podcast. Your boy Tyler checking in. First time listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. If you tune in weekly, salute. And it's just an episode. You saw some topics you may want to hear about. Salute to you as well. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, whatever you do to help support the podcast. Greatly appreciate it. Clearly, something different with the podcast, maybe the audio or the visual aspect. I want to show love to my guy, Dylan. Right now.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up? I'm gonna get you on camera.
Chilling.
All right.
Hey.
There you go. I got a shout
Excited
out.
to be here.
Thank you, man. I got to thank Dylan. You guys know I've been doing this one-man show for almost 4 years.
Wait, so you were actually like on 166 right now?
Yeah, this episode 100.
Oh, I thought you were just making a number up.
No.
Oh my God. That's wild. What?
Yeah, like I've been telling my audience for a minute, like, yo, I'm gonna upgrade the podcast.
Yeah.
Pandemic, no, like I'm gonna upgrade it. Just bear with me. Thankfully, they've been bearing with me for almost 4 years now. Straight audio,
Damn.
all streaming platforms, but clearly YouTube brings a different aspect.
Yeah, this is where all the stash money went.
Yeah, I like it. But y'all, Dylan has helped me tremendously throughout this process. He's been patient, taking time out of his day, out of his schedule to help me learn everything it is to need to know about this.
And I'm still getting paid.
Yes. That's the thing. I was telling him, I was like, yo, I can do it whenever you call me, man. Just tell me when to come back. Tell me when to come back. Because clearly we work with each other, so but we never be around. Like, and Dylan can attest to this. I've walked by this studio since it's been built.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally like right there. So and it's like a clear, anybody else would say, yo, the studio right there. People have been telling me, coworkers been telling me, yo, the studio right there. Why don't you just go? And just me, being selfish, not wanting to learn new equipment and all that.
I don't blame you. I don't want to learn either. I just got forced into it.
And as Dylan told me earlier, he was forced into it and they still didn't give him what he wanted.
Still not. It's been a year, almost a year and a half. There's no soundproofing in this room at all.
Yeah, no soundproof.
I have more soundproofing in my house than I do in this room.
And if you know about this podcast, I'm going to need some soundproof, or I just got to record when the building is like it is now, where just a couple of people in here because, some topics can get very exciting and, my voice ain't the best when it gets loud. So that's what it is. But I got to shout out Dylan. He's helped me a lot. How can they contact you? Any Facebook, Instagram?
Yo, if y'all want to follow me on Twitter, it's Sakai, Sakai, Dylan, Dylanh. Let's see. I think it's the same on Instagram. I changed all my handles recently, so yeah, it's probably Sakai Dylan H is probably the best way. If you guys need any help with like audio editing, podcast editing, video editing, broadcasting, if you guys do esports, hit me up. Otherwise, I follow back sometimes. All
around the board. If you think I got wild stories, Dylan told me a story about getting his ears pierced.
Man, I got so many crazy stories, man. Oh my God. I don't know if like now's the time for it, especially at work, man. But oh my God, dude. Sure. Have I told you about that? My acid trip?
No, you told me about Toronto.
Oh, dude, no, I had the craziest acid trip in Atlanta.
Probably for
another time.
Trust me, they've heard some of my Atlanta stories. Trust me, they've heard some of my Atlanta. That's one thing about podcasting, man. It's just sometimes you just gotta tell the people more about you. When you like how me and you are, like we like Mystiques probably. We don't be all on Facebook but a podcast gives the people a way, I'll say, into your life basically. Because you don't want to come on. Okay, so the music today, the sports, you want to give them a little insight behind the scenes of who you actually are.
Yeah, otherwise it's just segments and stuff.
Right, and that's what I think my podcast has grown. Like, I didn't think of, like you said, coming on here and just giving out stories and not caring what people think, but it's entertainment at the same time.
Yeah, no, like I do 4 or 5 podcasts. And they literally all started off as like just interviews, and I was like, "This is the most boring shit ever." I literally told them, I was like, "No one's gonna watch this if all you do is interview them and they don't know who you are." Because I'm like, if you have like a small guest, which some of them like they're not always big guests, I'm like, no one's gonna show up.
Yeah,
and that's why like I did the analytics recently, and I was like, I saw we had like a few thousand views on like some episodes, and then some were getting like 40, and I was like, I would like make it make sense.
Yeah.
I was like, no one knows who you guys are. They just listen for your guests. So yeah. I think that's probably the best thing you can do is segments plus let people know who you are.
Right. That's one thing a lot of people ask me about, like when you're gonna do interviews, But I didn't want to. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I know I should do it. I know a lot of people who do a lot of great things. I know a lot of funny people.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to present it the right way.
Yeah.
Because I told you I've been doing this for almost 4 years. If it wasn't from my phone, it was from just a rinky-dink microphone I got off Amazon, and I put it out and it goes to the world. But now that I can present it in a way that can benefit me as well as the guests. Yeah. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah, so big ups for actually like starting it though. Cause like I have like so much audio equipment. I have like 4 or 5 different mic stands. I have like a whole drum set, a bunch of like other random crap. And like I don't record anything because I'm like, it's not gonna be perfect. I'm such a perfectionist, and it's like if it's not perfect, I don't want to drop it. I want to do ASMR. Think what you will about it. Yeah. I have all the stuff set up, but I'm like, nah, my camera's not good enough. And so I'm like, maybe I'll like spend like $1K on a camera eventually, or like $2K, and like get it. But I'm like, until then, we won't make anywhere near enough money to get that right now.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, like my friend Jamal Kennedy, he works at WSFA.
Where's that?
I want to say Montgomery.
Oh wow.
And we went to Troy together.
Yeah.
And he told me, because he started his podcast. I forgot the name. Sorry, Jamal, I forgot the name of it, but he did it for like a few weeks, but he moved to another state. I want to say North Dakota.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not North Dakota.
Yeah. He moved, and he was like, he just wanted to try something different. He came back to Montgomery, but he told me before I started my podcast, because he posted his link.
Yeah.
And I said, yo, bro, I've been thinking about, starting the podcast, because I was a fan of podcasting for like 2 years, since 2016.
Yeah.
Before then. So I knew about it.
That was the time to get in. Or like any time before. Our old news director tried to put us in podcasts in like 2021. And I was like, bro, everyone that like wants to listen to a podcast, they're already listening to one.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we weren't on Spotify or Apple or anything for like 6-7 months after we dropped.
Yeah, you told me about that process he was trying to take to do that. And I was like, it's like multiple places you can go that just distribute it for you.
It was $400 for like to set up like all these business accounts and stuff. And I was like, give me the money and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then finally, like after we get a new news director, like months later, we did it. But I was like, all right, whatever. Like we're already playing catch up at this point, but. Yeah, but I mean, whatever. Check's a check. I'll take it.
Jamal told me, he said, yo, man, sometimes you just got to jump off the cliff and just go for it.
That's the best effing. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
That's the best fucking advice. Not gonna lie. I'm too afraid. I'm too afraid to jump. That's my problem.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Whether it's podcasting, work, women, whatever.
For real.
You just gotta go for it.
Actually, wait. Not always. Hold on. Not always that last one.
Hey, sometimes with women, you gotta go for it. Just make sure you're protected when you go for it. For real. That's the best.
And no means no.
Oh, yes. Oh, they already know I love women, man. Trust me. Yeah. If you go back and ever listen to episodes, I got some episodes when I'm talking about strip clubs. I got some episodes when I'm talking about lunch dates, whatever. But
man. I have a story, but I can't tell it. But
in due time, you will. When you start seeing who coming in here on Saturdays or Sundays, and you'll be like, Tyler, who's that? Oh, that's my friend for 15 years. We got stories for days. And Dylan, for my people, Russell County people, Dylan went to Russell County. What year you graduated?
19.
2019. Yeah, so clearly a different era than when I was at Russell County. But yeah, man, Dylan family, man, he helped me. He's still helping me. I'm listening. I'm not acting like I know everything before jumping into it. So I just want to publicly thank you for taking the time out.
No, I appreciate it. No, for real though, for real, I still don't know shit. Like for real.
Man, when you was in here, I told you, I said, bro, I did not know, because me and Dylan worked together. I was like, bro, I did not know you know about. He was like, it just
like kind of like. These be like, I have some SoundCloud stuff, and so like that's where most of it I learned from.
You gotta start somewhere.
I will not post my SoundCloud, by the way.
Hey, you gotta go through the struggle, man. That's how you build. That's how
We're not making it out the mud. At least I'm not. Fuck that.
But to start this episode off, new music, Future, new album. I Never Liked You.
What a good album.
I Never Liked You. 16 tracks, 48 minutes long. Rumored now, we recording this kind of early, but it's rumored that it's 2 rumors going on, actually. One rumor is a possible deluxe is dropping Monday.
Oh.
And a possible Monster 2 is dropping. I'm not sure about either one of those, but
I think I heard, like, didn't they say there was more music on the way? I'm pretty sure Future said that.
He has more music. I'm gonna get into it in a minute with the features. It was more features I saw before the project dropped.
Yeah.
That wasn't on it. So I'm guessing the deluxe is definitely coming. Whether it's a deluxe or a Monster 2, I'm not sure. And I thought about this last night. When Lil Uzi dropped Eternal Take.
Yeah.
He dropped that. Then he dropped the deluxe, but the deluxe was like 13 more songs, basically another project.
Yeah.
And he named it something else. So maybe he does that. We have to see about that. But overall, how did you feel about it? They hear my opinion all the time. How did you feel about it?
Honestly, hear me out, for the deluxe album art, they should just like take his like fucking like face mask off.
Hey, it's a possibility. That's a great cover art too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It really is.
It's a great cover art.
Yeah, all the Twitter memes were going crazy. They were like, "If this album's trash,
yeah,
like,
if it's trash,
he's setting us up already."
Yeah,
it was all right. I expected more features, and that's why I'm hoping like whatever the deluxe is, that there's gonna be those like features in it. But I'm on one. Let's see, what songs do I have in my likes already? I have Back to the Basics. I had that on repeat all of yesterday. The way things going. Those are my top 2 songs from. But I mean, honestly, the whole album, it's solid.
Okay.
I'm not gonna like be like fucking like what the needle drop or whatever and give you like a number, but it was a pretty good album.
Okay, see, that's why I wanted you to start, because they know how I do with albums. And Future album is one of the albums I was waiting on it, but I wasn't like anticipating it.
Yeah, same.
The album I'm anticipating is the Kendrick.
Yes. Apparently Jack Harlow's dropping next week.
I said it last week.
Yeah.
My episode last week. This is gonna probably be the first Jack Harlow album I listen to, just because of that song he dropped.
Which one, Neltec?
No, First Class.
First Class was all right. I like Neltec better, but
okay, I gotta listen to it. But my people tell me, they're like, "Yo, you listen to Jack Harlow?" I'm like, "Nah, I haven't." Like people who I know,
yeah,
and they say, "No, he made some good music," and I just never got around to checking him out. So when he dropped his album, that'll probably be the first album of him.
I'm hoping it's not going to be a flop, because it's like
he got a lot of hype around him now. Like I've been seeing it from afar.
I'm so afraid for him, because this album could either make or break him.
Wow. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like he's obviously established, but it's like not a lot of people liked First Class.
Okay. See, a lot of women I know liked it.
Yeah.
Because of the sample.
Yeah.
But it came and went kind of.
Classic.
It came and went. So I was like, okay. But still, I said it last week. I'm going to listen to that album. But this Future album, for me, one, I'm a trap Future fan. It's not like an in-between. I like trap Future. I don't really care for the R&B toxic, side of Future.
This felt more like a Drake Future album. This felt like if they were to collab on it.
It felt like, I was saying that when I listened to it, a lot of the songs do like feel like he was not mimicking other artists, but he was trying to go into their lane.
Like influenced by them, you think? Yeah.
Like this seemed very like not original Future, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Like it just felt like, okay, with this song, this flow kind of sound like a song such and such did, or something like that.
Yeah.
But we was talking about the features he have on this album: Kanye, Gunna, Thug, Drake, Tim's, ESTG, Kodak Black. Heavy not influence, but heavy produced by ATL Jacob. I saw on his Instagram he produced, I know for a fact, more than 5 tracks on this project. I feel like every song you heard was ATL Jacob. I was like, damn, he produced a lot of shit on this album. But for me, I always said at this point in time, the only Future I'll be excited for if he come out and say, yo, my next album is produced by Metro Boomin.
That would be nice.
Southside, Zaytoven, that DS2, that era. So that I'm on record saying that. Like if he come out and say, yo, I'm dropping another project next week, fully produced by Metro Boomin, I'm like, oh, this the one I'm waiting for.
Yeah. I feel like Metro's probably busy though. I feel like everyone wants him right now.
Yeah, he's
also, can we just shout out to Young Thug and Gunna for like, they're a feature on every fucking album right now.
Yeah. And you gotta salute him. I always salute Thug. I'm gonna just keep it on Thug because we're talking about him now.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Thug being like the guy under Gucci, because I'm heavy. Like everybody know my 2 all times wherever, like if I'm growing up, who I listen to is Wayne and Gucci. So I remember Thug, Future, all them, Young Dolph being under Gucci. So I was like, damn, Thug is like the leader of all these young kids now.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So I gotta salute Thug, gotta salute Gunna, even though I didn't like that song on the album. Like I did skip that song. I ain't gonna lie, I skipped it. But
I tried to listen to the whole album all the way through, but I wasn't like fully paying attention the whole time, I'll be honest.
It's 16 songs.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Donda was like 20 something.
Yeah. I like that though. I like the 14, 16 album range, but to me, and we everywhere right now, but we cool. With this album, I think the sequencing got a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah.
That's what it is. For Future, he's not like an album guy to me. Like he's a mixtape guy and he made great albums, but when it comes to his albums, it's like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna get track by track, but we just gonna go with it and whatever
Yeah.
we get, whatever we get. But clearly, a lot of people had higher expectations than I did. It's been years since I really anticipated a Future album.
Yeah.
Like when he dropped it or he announced it, I'm like, okay, cool, we getting some new Future. But I'm not like, oh, hope this is Monster, hope this is the old Future. It's just whatever we get now, whatever we get. But my opinion on the album, it was cool.
Yeah.
It'll hold me for a minute.
I don't think anyone's going into 2022 being like, Future is my favorite artist, you know?
But you know, they had a GQ cover that came out 2 weeks ago.
Did they?
And on the cover, it was him. His cover art is from the GQ magazine.
Wow. You think it was like last minute? They just like threw it together?
It was definitely part of the plan because on the magazine cover, the headline was Future, the best rapper alive.
Ah, okay.
Not a question mark or nothing. It was stating it. And I was like,
okay, GQ.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah, everybody got their own opinion, but I was like, best rapper alive?
I think mine, who's your best rapper right now?
If I got to say right now.
Or musician, either one.
If I got to say right now, the field ain't as bright as I want it to be, if I can say.
Kind of dead right now.
But if I can just go somebody off the top of my head, I'll say Cole.
Okay.
I'll say J.
That's
Cole.
fair. I would say mine's either like JID right now or Roddy Ricch. Mostly Roddy Ricch because his sequencing, the way he makes albums.
Yeah,
and
he got a lot of heat from that last album.
They piece it together like so nice.
Yeah. Anybody can hold it right now until Mr. Morale and the Bit Steppers drop.
Honestly,
when Mr. Morale and the Bit Steppers drop,
I am. Please don't be a flop. Please don't be a flop.
It's Kendrick. I'm biased. I'm biased against with Kendrick. I'm biased.
Yeah.
Gucci, Wayne, Currency, Griselda, Larry June. It's certain artists who I'm just gonna say they're not gonna flop. I'm not gonna not bash them, but
yeah.
At the same time, but with Kendrick, man, he gave us so many different sounds, so many different type of albums.
Yeah.
He can come out and the whole album just be nothing but silence. And
his artistic masterpiece.
His artistic masterpiece. So
I feel that.
But with this Future album, man, I think we at the point now where they talk about the streaming era.
Yeah.
Like you got some people who will listen to an album from start to finish. Like that's my thing. Like I listen to it from start to finish. You got some people who scam. You got some people who just want to see the club banger, the radio song, whatever. So that's why I say it's just cool because the sequencing of it, like the first 2 songs I like, then the Kanye West song, I'm like, okay, that's not for me. The Young Thug Gunna song, like, okay, that's not for me. So it's like the sequencing kind of messed it up for me, but out of all the songs, I like a good 8. I like a good half of the album.
Yeah. I
like the second song, I'm That In. Puffin' on Zooty is probably my favorite song.
That's a good song, yeah.
I hope they don't start the Zooties wave saying, yo, I got the Zooties. Like, please don't do that.
Please don't say that shit.
Yeah.
Please.
Like, they got Zaza off. I let them get Zaza off. I was like, okay, Zaza. Like, that's what we doing
Even
now.
then, like, I think they shortened it to Za. Like,
yeah, I was like, okay.
I'm like, can we just fucking chill? Like, we're not fucking, like, in fucking high school.
Yeah, like is it good or not? Like, is it good? I like Misogyny.
Yeah.
I like Chickens with ESTG.
Facts.
I like We Just Want to Get High. The song with Kodak Voodoo, I got an interesting take. I like that song, but I don't know what it's called. It's not the beat. When Kodak first come on, and he's doing his thing, and the background noise is like a sample or whatever, I feel like that could have been like a great interlude for like a Travis Scott. Like, I call it demon sounds. What he does with the auto tune, the little all that shit.
And like like undertone, I guess. Or some shit. Yeah.
I call it demon sounds, but I feel like he would have been great for something like that.
Yeah.
But I like that song. I like Holy Ghost. I'm on one with Drake. It was cool as well. But
I kind of like the more not introspective, but like I like a little more like kind of like soulful Future. That's just where I'm at right now.
That's the thing. I like the trap Future. I don't like the R&B Future, but that middle ground that he does is cool too. Yeah, I like that middle ground.
I don't think there's a bad Future, like for me personally right now. But I'm like, I don't think Future. I don't think I've ever said Future's my favorite artist in the past like however long.
Really?
Yeah, like because it's like there's always been like someone else that kind of like barely overshadowed him.
Okay.
There's always been moments where he's like top 3 or like top 5 or something, but I don't think he's been my favorite in like a long time.
Okay, I can respect that. But it's still some people. And I get it, like music is like opinion, objective, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's some people I'm like, fam, we're not getting that. 2014. That's what, 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago now, when he did Monster, Beast Mode, 56 Nights, DS2, What a Time to Be Alive.
That was so
Purple Rain. Like
music was so fucking different back then.
I'm like, yo, it's weird. You got this streaming stuff now and the numbers, and I'm like, when we get a great album, that's when we like, whoa, like, are we tripping or just like a real good album?
Yeah.
Like that's what it is now. So with Future, you give me 8 out of 16, I can't be mad. And the 8 that I like, I really like.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just the sequencing. That's what it is. Like when you go into an album and I'm saying, okay, this Future, and if I'm skipping the first 6 records, I'm skipping 2 of them back to back like that. And then the other one is like, then it's like, well, but you got to finish the album.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think a lot of people don't finish the album. You got to listen to it. Even though it's long, like with Certified Lover Boy.
I did not like the album my first like 2 listens through. I gave that one, and Donda was like, I had to like do it like 5 times through, and now I love it. Like I think the album is amazing, but like I hated it at first.
What had me with Donda, I watched the was it on Apple?
Yeah.
I watched that. I never listened to the album with headphones. I always watch it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a visual album. Like I understand what he was doing.
Yeah.
With the Drake album, I liked it, but I said it wasn't up to his standards.
Oh yeah.
I liked it. It's good music, but for an album,
I think Knife Talk was my favorite song in that album. I think.
Yeah, Knife Talk hard. I liked it. I think I said In Too Deep. I got an episode about anything from music from the end of 2018 till now. I've covered throughout the years on the podcast.
Yeah.
So that's my take on Future. Like I said, we'll see Deluxe album coming soon, probably Monster 2, probably. But overall, I'm not mad at it. Like no. I see some people like this Future ain't futuring. I'm like, what y'all want?
What do you want from me?
Yeah, what you want from me? Also in music, just real quick, Action Bronson. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah. He's a big guy.
Yeah. He got big, like weight, like muscle now.
Oh, he do?
Yeah.
Oh,
like he be on Instagram, like swinging, like.
Didn't he make a song with Chance at one point? I feel like they got really big.
I think they got like 2. Maybe 2 or 3 together.
Okay.
I know one. I know the one you're talking about.
I think that's the only like way that I know him, I think.
Yeah. He has great music. His audience is very, very different. I know him more. I know him from his music, but his food, he's like a...
Is he a chef?
Yeah.
What?
Like go on YouTube, like he whipping up chicken parmesan.
That's crazy.
All type of stuff. But he's a great personality.
Yeah.
Like he had a show on Vice, Fuck That's Delicious. Like
that's how you make money though.
Yeah.
You can't just do it off of music anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So his new album, Coco Drillo Turbo, he has some wild album names. I liked it as well, 10 tracks. Another thing about me when it comes to production, I talk about these guys a lot. Derringer and Alchemist, they produce most of his project. His features, he has Conway the Machine, Rock Marcy, Mayhem, a guy named Young Mexico. This is my first time hearing of him. But overall, this album is great, and I think it's like a culmination of like 4 projects throughout the past 4 years.
Okay.
He's had White Bronco from 2018, Lamb Over Rice, Only for Dolphins, and now this project.
Yeah.
And I saw him tweet something about it was a saga that he was doing. And you can tell because the beats, the flows, the references that he was doing, they all kind of coexist with each project.
Do you need to listen to the other albums to?
Nah. It just, when you see the album art for each of them, you like, okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they go together. Like his painting, like he paints as well.
No way.
So
he's in a reality show next.
Yeah, Action Bronson does a lot of things. I want to say he wrestles in his part-time as well too, but yeah.
That's wild.
So if you haven't checked his new project out, and for my R&B heads, Kehlani dropped off a new project called Blue Water Road.
For real?
13,
how did I miss this?
Yeah.
Whole lot.
13 tracks, 38 minutes, features Blast, Justin Bieber, Sid, Jesse Reyes, Thundercat, and Ombre. I believe that's how you say that name as well. So, yeah, man, clearly a new start for the podcast after 4.5 years. I got some other stuff I'm going to talk about too, but it's just NBA playoff stuff. But once again, man, shout out to my boy Dylan. Helped me along this ride.
You know what's up. Still
going, still progressing. Like I said, podcasting a new game. I will say the door is open now for guests, but don't contact me. I'll contact you. Oh, that, but no, I'm just playing. But yeah, new music, Future, I Never Liked You, Check that out. Action Bronson, Coco Drillo Turbo, and Kehlani, Blue Water Road.
Facts.
Now, that's how you start a podcast episode, man. We on YouTube now, man. Everybody listening, all streaming platforms, visual. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for the ride and much, much more to come. But keep on going with the show. NBA playoffs, first rounds locked up, finished with them. We on to the next round. Let's start with the Western Conference. Next round, we have number 1 seed Phoenix Suns against the number 4 seed Dallas Mavericks. First round, Phoenix ended up beating New Orleans Pelicans in 6. Shout out to New Orleans, though, man. You know, they gave up a great fight. Brandon Ingram, you know, Lakers had them once again. But Phoenix Suns came out on top with that. Chris Paul had an amazing Game 6. Was perfect from the field goal. Percentage was perfect, man. That was just an unbelievable performance by him. And like I said last year, man, Chris Paul, one of those guys a lot of people would like to see at least get one ring, man. I feel like he deserved it, but just because you deserve it don't mean you're going to get it. You got to go out, play game by game, man. You and your team, you got to win it all, man. So a lot of people want to see Chris Paul win it, and he shows time and time again why he should have a ring, man. So they got Dallas this series. Dallas ended up beating the Utah Jazz in 6 games as well. Sticking with the Utah Jazz, man, their future is definitely up in the air. Like I said, they've just been one of those teams that in the West who they look great in the regular season. Then when it comes playoff time, you just wonder, like, yo, what's going on? Like, why haven't we see what we see in the regular season in the playoffs in terms of winning series? So Utah got sent home. Dallas, Luka, they bounced back. So now we got Phoenix versus Dallas. I think I'm going to take Phoenix in 6 with that. Also in the West, we now have Golden State versus Memphis. That would be a great series, Golden State versus Memphis. The first round, Golden State ended up beating Denver Nuggets in 5. Joker, man, that's just ridiculous. I mean, regular season, but in my opinion, if you're going to give out a regular season award, do it at the end of the regular season. Why wait to the playoffs when this guy is not even in the playoffs no more to possibly win the MVP award? Just wild to me. Just give it out before the playoffs start, and maybe that'll put a little fire up on him to win. So that's just weird to me. But Golden State, they did what they needed to do. They got rid of Denver. Memphis and Minnesota, y'all know that was my highlight of the first round. Memphis ended it in 6. Very entertaining series like I thought it would be. I enjoyed all the games, you know what I'm saying, the back and forth, the young players in the league, you know, having their coming out party. Anthony Edwards over there in Minnesota, Karl-Anthony Towns. Need to get a little fire up under him because the boys in Memphis, man, the dark side, John Morant and those guys, they seem ready. This series, they have Golden State, the veterans. I'd love to see it go 7, but I think Golden State going to get it out in 6 if everyone stays healthy. You know, that's the big thing really for Golden State moving forward and all the teams. A lot of injuries been going on throughout these playoffs, man. I'm going to get to it more when I talk about the East, but I just want everybody. That would be a great scenario if everybody could stay healthy, but obviously that's not the case most times. But all in all, I got Golden State winning in 6, and I got Phoenix winning in 6 as well. In the East, we have the Miami Heat versus the Philadelphia 76ers. In the first round, Miami defeated Atlanta in 5 games. Atlanta just could not ever get on track. Trae Young needs to get a little bit of facilitator in him. Like we had this playoff party last year against the Knicks and all that. This year, he seemed to try to go off that same high, just throwing up half-court shots. Now, when it goes in, it goes in. When it don't, it don't. Kind of reminds me of the music scene. I wanted to say this before, but we just caught up in the moment. I couldn't get to it. But with this three-point game, of course, the league is heavy three-point favorite now. But when you see a guy who just come up like DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, who just give you a great mid-range game, it brings a whole nother aspect. And that's the same thing with music. Yeah, you can put out albums. It's going to stream. It's going to put the numbers up. But when you got a guy who just take his time with his craft and put out a great album, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can pull up from 3. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then you might make it, but not too many can give you that mid-range game. And like I said with music, a lot of people can throw out projects and albums, but only a certain amount of people can give you like that great body of work that is undeniable. So that's how I feel with the NBA, man. I love a great mid-range. And with Trae Young, it just shows, man, just put a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, have a little bit more in your arsenal. You know, those half-court threes, they fun to see, they get the crowd going, but when it comes down to playoffs, you need more than that to win, man. In Miami, like I said, time and time again, they got some dogs over there. Even with injuries to Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry, you still got dogs over there, man. Like I said, you got Eric Spoelstra, you got Pat Riley at the top of the food chain. It's just a different culture they got down there in Miami. They're going against Philadelphia. Philadelphia took Toronto in 6 games. A lot of people were concerned about that series, wondering if Doc Rivers and those guys was going to give up a huge lead and have Toronto come back. But they ended it. But they're going without Joel Embiid. He's out indefinitely right now, which is a huge question mark. And I think really is going to be the deciding factor in this series, man. If I got Embiid being out indefinitely, I'm definitely taking Miami in probably 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're telling me Joel Embiid is about to be out and you giving it all to James Harden to make something happen, history has showed James Harden, when it comes down to it in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying, he's not the most reliable. So I think I'm going to go with Miami in 5 with that. If Embiid is out, and if so happens that Embiid comes back, they may just take it to 6. But I think I got Miami coming out of that series. Also, in the East, probably the one I'm looking forward to the most, man, we got Milwaukee versus Boston. Milwaukee took care of the Chicago Bulls in 5 games. Like I said, Giannis is just looking more dominant and dominant each game. The Bucks are going without Chris Middleton. I believe they're saying they're looking for him to come back sometime this series, but I think for at least the first 3 games, maybe even 4 games, he may be on the sideline. But even without Chris Middleton, the Bucks know how to win. Boston, of course, man, sweeping the Brooklyn Nets in 4. You know, a lot of people were happy to see it. I said it last week. I recorded before the game, obviously, but just crazy to me that Kyrie and KD couldn't give me at least 1 against Boston. That's a topic for another day, though. But Boston is looking very, very focused, man. Those young guys, I said time and time again, they just look ready, in my opinion. They just look ready, man. But with this series, I got it going to 7. As a Lakers fan, without Chris Middleton, but Giannis has been dominant. But with those young guys, I think the game plan would probably be to get Giannis in early foul trouble. Get Giannis in early foul trouble, and you can just go from there. So I think I got Boston at 7. If that's what that would make sense to me. Like, if you don't got Chris Middleton on the floor, if you get Giannis in early foul trouble, you might can make something happen, man. So that's what I got for the second round of NBA playoffs. Phoenix, Dallas. I got Phoenix. Well, I said Phoenix, and this is my official predictions for this round. I think I got Phoenix. I might got Phoenix in 5 or 6. I'm going to say Phoenix in 6. I got Golden State in 6. I got Miami in 5. And I got Boston in 6. That's my prediction for the NBA playoffs. Once again, man, new start for the podcast, new journey. Thank y'all for riding with me so far. Plenty more episodes to go, more topics to go, interviews. Like I said, I'm going to reach out to some people, man, get some people up here in the studio with me, have some stories, talk sports, talk music, all the above, man. So once again, man, thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Tyler, Stash House Podcast, episode 166. And this smile right here is for everyone who says I don't smile. I smile a lot when I got a lot to smile about. You dig.